When I was lukewarm, I always told myself the reason I struggled with my relationship with God was because I wasn't disciplined enough, or because I had a hard time letting go of the world and had a hard time picking a side, and I just wasn't a consistent person. I just really need to lock in. I need to lock in on my faith, whatever. And those things were true, but I now realize the reason that I was struggling with being lukewarm was because of my unbelief. And that sounds so counterintuitive, because it's not that we don't believe in God, we just have a hard time being committed to him. But it wasn't the unbelief that God was real, it was the unbelief that God was better. I didn't believe that God was better. And you could tell because I kept going back to the world. I would have moments for God, but it wasn't enough. So I'd go back to the world. I did that for years. And I would have these moments with God, and I felt so close with him. And the moment that I got bored, I'd go back to the world. I didn't believe that denying my flesh, picking up my cross, and following God was better. I didn't think it was enough. And I think a lot of us would be free if we were to just be honest with God about the fact that we just don't believe him. Because he knows that you don't believe him. So you saying it out loud doesn't really make a difference. Because if you truly believed, you would follow wholeheartedly and you wouldn't look back. And it came to a moment where I had to tell God, I don't believe that you're better. I believe that you're real. I just don't believe that you're better. And so I asked the Lord, help me with my unbelief. That was 5 years ago. The reason that I'm not lukewarm, and the reason that I don't look back, and the reason that I can follow Christ with all of my heart is because I know that he's better. I know that now. I know that he's better. Sometimes you have to be honest with God and tell him that you just don't believe it. And he will help you. And he did. And so I follow God, and I deny my flesh, not because it's easy, but because it's better. And you have to believe that for yourself. So ask God, help me with my unbelief.